The FDA has not yet authorized the shots for anyone under the age of 16 years old, and now executives with both Pfizer and Moderna say they are beginning those trials for teenagers. According to the CDC, studies show the virus generally has less severe symptoms in children and adolescents, but some health officials say expanding the vaccine could be the key to reaching herd immunity and also getting students back into the classroom full-time. NewsNation correspondent Marky Martin is live for us in Dallas tonight with that story. Marky.
Good evening, Marnie. Yeah, we've known these adult trials have been taking place for quite some time, but it hasn't been until recent weeks that these COVID-19 vaccine trials have opened up for children. And now Moderna is asking and looking for thousands of willing participants to come forward and take part.
He's the child of a healthcare provider. He hears the stories and he understands the burden, and I think he's anxious to get past this as well.
For almost a year, 12-year-old Michael has watched his mom, Danielle Collins, crusade against COVID-19 from the front lines.
My mom's a healthcare worker. She's a paramedic, and she comes home and she's sometimes exhausted.
Collins has already received her first dose of the vaccine and scheduled to get the second next week.
Such a relief of a burden that I knew was heavy, but I didn't know how heavy until I received that vaccine and started to feel a little bit more confident that I'm going to make it through this all right.
And like mother, like son. So when Moderna announced it was looking for 3,000 willing participants to partake in a COVID-19 vaccine trial for 12 to 17-year-olds, Michael didn't hesitate.
I'm happy that, this is history.
On its website, Moderna lays out in great detail the trial description, eligibility criteria, and the states that are recruiting before enrolling your child. Benchmark Research is one of the companies in Texas recruiting adolescent patients. CEO Mark Lacey says these younger participants will help expand existing COVID studies.
Since they've already done basically the same trial with a different age group, then we have a lot of scientific data already lined up.
Kids will receive their doses 28 days apart and be monitored by researchers for a year after they complete the series. In December, Moderna's CEO saying in a written statement, "Our goal is to generate data in the spring of 2021 that will support the use of mRNA 1273 in adolescents in advance of the 2021 school year." Pediatricians across the country applauding both Pfizer and Moderna for opening up their trials to children, saying doctors need those results in order to confidently advise parents and treat patients in the future.
I think it's critical that children are included in the vaccine trials so that way we can test it in a diverse group of children and monitor their immune response and make sure that the vaccine is safe and effective.
Now, 12-year-old Michael, who you just heard from in that piece, gets his first dose next week. And keep in mind, these are just the first few days here. Pfizer already announcing it plans to open up its trial for those who are 5 to 11 years old early this summer. And coming up tonight at 9 o'clock Central, I talked to an Oklahoma mom this afternoon. She is taking both of her young boys first thing tomorrow morning to Oklahoma City to get their first dose, or what is possibly a placebo. We'll tell you what she's excited for, what she's nervous about. And kids, if there's any of you watching, there could also be a payday involved. So stick around for that. For now, reporting live in Dallas, Marky Martin, NewsNation.